I've typed this story many times. For various reasons, it hasn't gotten anywhere. So I'm glad to have a different, way to go about wasting my time making recordings because I at least watch them. I think they're kind of interesting. There's a lot of work involved in fixing the closed captions that go wrong or get messed with by Trumpetonians, whoever's behind messing with them. But I've met people like Vladimir Putin before. You know, sly, foxy, super intelligent man, charming, healthy, direct, honest, even to a fault. They call themselves the gutter snipes. Well, gutter snipes are with Pittsburgh Catholic, the crowd where the Ouspensky Circle works at the Synod, and across the street is the largest Bush military um, bird dropping on American soil for students to sign away their lives, get Snowden to kind of place Edward Snowden had to fly from. As hotly as they pursued me and as evil as it has been, they never got me under a contract law. They've tried a sort of Faustian contract law. You gave Reagan the benefit of the doubt, therefore, you gave your word that you would fulfill the contract. So stuff like that. It's psychopathic. Before I talk about the gutter snipes, I've got some cook on stuff. I'm gonna have to get up and I'll turn it off. I'll be right back. But before I talk about the gutter snipes, I'm gonna have to clarify some things about you know how I've gone about it in the past, writing about it. I presented evidence back in 1993. Well, if you follow where I am now, the momentum builders behind COVID who were so good as to help their own killers in Seattle Queer, Slasher, Murder Chin, Harps Over a Penny, are hell fiends for top dollar and selling a story for Louis Lapham's empire in New York City that I am to blame for the murder of John Lennon, which the evidence shows is a trick. It never really even happened. So, but because I stick to the truth, I supposedly compromise my own position. I should say I didn't do it, and I forgive the people who tortured me and then go along with Reagan didn't know, which is celestial eyeball rule because all of the evidence shows what really happened. It's a super movie from the Ouspensky Circle, put together from the dawn of Hollywood. D.W. Griffith was, schmoozing with people like Prokofiev and Picasso were working together on this stuff. And then Flippy Tune picks up the football and runs with. Sort of, I say football, but pussy football, um, sissy football, whatever you want to call it, queer ball, health food hoagie, um, hoagie ball. So that's why the story's forbidden to be told, is because the Licky Chops people have it all figured to blame me for something that didn't even happen and pull off a coup de heist laugh over the people that they basically exterminated. The overall program is even goes by flame over Africa. You can hardly beat that. You know, so when I talk to you know administrators about the evidence that the Watmaker. See, the Gutter Snipes had central characters. Will Zell was in school with Michael McGarvey. Um, let's see, Paul Ronco was in Advanced Materials and Devices at Mellon Institute, which is pretty heavy. And Greg Carl was in Structuralist Approach to Musical Analysis. His brother Lou was in the Army Intelligence. They used to tell me stories like they'd throw a bag of poop, light it on fire, throw it on somebody's porch, ring the doorbell so the dude would get poop all over himself, or he tried to stamp it out. That's a King Crimson type of trick. They which they call Operation I Love You Man, in a paper bag, that sort of thing. So they Ian Wadmaker and his brother Ward played King Crimson for me when I was 9 years old. So it's no surprise that there's stuff on there about neurosurgeons. They talked about the perplex is established at the outset. Oh, the dialectic is established at the outset. Paranoia is poison, which McGarvey called pigment and figment. They pushed the persona into a gaseous paint chamber. I mean, I said I was gassed. They said in writing, pushed the persona into a gaseous paint chamber. I was gassed. Richard McGarvey came right out and said it. But no, the administrators, they wanted to buy some more Shulman books here. They didn't want to buy the truth and try to protect the queer bait. They let Jenny get raped and stuff because virginity proves rape, was what they were saying. Okay. Virginity proves rape. Yeah. So, I mean, it gets pretty holy, that kind of stuff. And they market it to the tune that the cathode ray is a fake of the human spirit. And in there, in that boogie that you're looking at, is the devil worshiper, idiom of carnality incarnate, and that's a peep into Microsoft House. So you look at those four windows for the fourth way of the fourth dimension, or Wattmaker's gonna make you his Frankenstein, And this is what we get from holy science in the United States of America, because it's holy science. John Lennon is the wizard of Casper's spirit, because Weasum is so magnificent that he could even forgive Adolf Hitler. Billy Graham says you're a traitor if you don't believe it. So Lazarus is back from the dead. They have, Franklin Graham has a book in which he calls the dude Hitler, changes his name because he was proficient as his duties in an illegal war, is why they called him. And he becomes the chaplain in the ranks, and they come Lazarus because Hitler is now back from the dead, and they all weepy, and they embrace and they kiss. Oliver North says, "Oh, meow." And so what are they going to do? But maybe they better go attack some children blindsided. Yeah, and bite their nails. So they do this kind of thing routinely in the United States of America. It's called Operation Bludgeon the Golem or something. You have no idea. Just cause, Richard Starkey would like to call it probably. Like when they were up on Mount Desert Island, they said that I had it coming. What coming? They put out signifiers of a mouse trap to trap somebody in a generational saga. And I said, look, what's going on here? Look at the mouse trap. And they said, well, you deserve it for telling on us. You're a snitch. So I'm snitching that the AIDS conglomeration released COVID, poisoned me in the mouth, and did a dirty Uvalde. Because they believe, I got one of the Mayor General Thaw's Lane, I guess his name was. He said that because you got to understand what's going on in the Ukraine is actually peace. because the spirit is engaged. You see, and we're all supposed to learn that the spirit is engaged. Doesn't it make you want to choose sides? Doesn't it make you want to 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 alleviate your sin by picking up a rifle and choosing a side that's noble and ethical over the dirty dealers who dirtied out? Doesn't it? Oh, yes. See, that proves that Casper the Spirit is peace. You're not really at peace when your civilization is functioning and people are going about their business and children are being allowed to learn in school. That's no. Mayor General Thos Lane says the Spirit is only at peace in war. Because then you know you're standing up for what's right. Uh-huh. So, and it doesn't even matter. You get two sides both believe they're right and they're both at peace when they go to war with one another. That's how it works. You can ask any other snake. So we have honorary, the sacred warrior peace. And the ancestors are going to come from the clouds and cheer. They're going to, you watch, see if they don't bring out their lawn chairs and sit up there in them clouds. So they're going to sit up there in them clouds in their lawn chairs and they're going to go clap, clap while they munch their, I don't know, heavenly greens. They're going to munch some heavenly greens up there in the clouds in their lawn chair, their ancestors are. And they're gonna spiritually cheer on the peace by unleashing the phosphorus rains and the whimpering of sissy children. And that's just how it goes. Pitt has a semester at sex slogan for it. The nature of reality.